Meteorologist, Hobart City. This is your marine weather forecast for this Friday through the weekend. And marine interest you will need to note. You got the small craft advisories out this morning from Maine all the way down to all the way down the coast this morning, all the way down to South Carolina this morning. And most of it is due to a couple things. One, first of all, we got a storage system that's coming through the northeastern part of the country, and then onshore flow is going to be happening again as these big high pressure systems come out. So waves and wind problems all up and down the coast, out to 200 miles offshore for your marine interests today. As the storm system comes on through, there is some rain and even some snowflakes up here across Maine. Most of the precipitation has moved off the coast, and this weekend, high pressure is coming in. But as high pressure comes in, you're going to have northwesterly flow winds up across the northeast, and then onshore flow coming into the Carolinas, and even all the way down to Florida, which means small craft advisories will probably be out all weekend long, as well as coastal flood advisories as well. So what's happening in the weather? Here's our satellite picture this morning. Here's our storm system coming off the coast this morning. Big high pressure system coming in will follow behind the cold front coming through. This cold front will drop all the way down to the Carolinas today. That'll be setting things up for the onshore flow coming in. And that also is going to cause what I've already been talking about, the small craft advisories being out all weekend long probably. The tropics are quiet for the most part. We still have a system down here off the Yucatan Peninsula that we're watching closely. This system here, I believe, next week is coming up this way. And as we talked about yesterday, it's going to be producing gales up along the coast, probably just offshore the coast as it goes on through. And there's still a chance that the combination of a next cold front coming and low pressure, that this low pressure system ends up closer into the coast. Now, I will warn you, I think probably by mid-month, we will be dealing with maybe some pretty good storms here along the coastal areas of the eastern coast of the United States coming up here, as the weather pattern is going to start to shift toward more of a stormy weather pattern in the eastern part of the country. We talked about the onshore flow. This is later on today. Strong northerly winds across the northeastern part of the country, becoming onshore through the Carolinas, and that's going to remain so from the Carolinas on through northern Florida here. Very strong onshore flow coming in, which will keep the small craft advisories up at least down through the Carolinas into Florida. Also with coastal flooding problems during high tide. The northeast probably will calm down a little bit as high pressure comes in. And then as we go through the later part of the weekend, high pressure goes off the coast. Everybody now is going to have more onshore flow right up and down the eastern seaboard, and also showers and thunderstorms starting to return from the Carolinas down through Florida, which are also going to cause some problems for marine interest here. And then eventually all this is going to come eastward early next week, and we'll be dealing with showers and thunderstorms up and down the eastern seaboard, as well as some tropical systems that's going to try to get involved in the weather, and that's going to cause some gales probably coming up through the up close to the coast early next week as well. So we got a lot of weather coming up. We'll keep you informed of what's happening. I'm meteorologist Henry Marcus City. That's your marine weather forecast for this Friday.